Now, refreshing the front of your home couldn't be easier. Why not replace that unsightly garage door? Welcome to House Fixer, where we're dedicated to making your DIY and home improvement jobs a little bit easier. I've also found a new technology in concrete, and number 2 on my list of DIY offences, the curtain pole. That's all coming up. But first, is Ireland the right place to have a conservatory in? Let's go and find out. Derek, thanks a million for your time.
No problem at all.
Now, can we start off by, can you just answer the conception for me of, are conservatories too hot during the summer and too cold during the winter?
It is a popular myth. It's getting better now with latest advances with glass in the roof and insulated floors and underfloor heating for the heating in the winter. So they are much more user friendly now all year round than they have previously been.
Alright, and what type of glass is that gets used to keep heat out?
It's a glass value of 1.1 U value, which is the latest building regulations, and it has a coating on it. It's a solar coating which keeps out the UV rays and the intense heat and keeps the heat in.
And if it was to get a conservatory, would I have to be getting planning permission for a room this big on the back of the house, or?
In 90% of the cases, no. It only comes into question when there are other extensions on the house, but generally you'd be safe enough to presume no.
So it's only literally then if you're putting a conservatory onto an existing extension already?
Exactly, yes. If the two add up to over 40 square metres, then it becomes an issue.
What are people using conservatories for these days? What are the advantages of having one on the back of your house?
Conservatories are probably the easiest way of adding square footage onto your actual property. It doesn't intrude too much on your garden. It brings your garden into the house, and it's a great room for entertaining and what have you, and kids' playrooms and stuff like that.
Now, one point with conservatories is if you're anyway elevated or a low garden wall between houses, is that you're not kind of living in a fishbowl, if you like.
It can be a concern for some people, but generally the high wall goes on the neighbour's side, so over eye level there's no question of seeing inside.
And are there any kind of blinds you could stick on an actual conservatory, or?
Oh, there's a huge range of blinds, all shapes and sizes and colours, and there's always the option of putting obscured glass into one side of the conservatory roof if it is an issue.
Alright, so you can actually put in obscured glass. Absolutely. I never even considered that one, actually. Very good. Now, I know when you're getting an extension put onto the back of a house, it pretty much turns the whole house upside down, and it's living out of boxes, if you like, for a couple of weeks, if not months. How long are you looking at, say, for a typical sunroom like this?
The average is 6 to 8 weeks, depending on the customer's needs and requirements, but generally there's no disruption whatsoever to the house, as it's all outside in the back garden, so the house can function normally.
So the house gets left alone until the last minute, till you're literally door into the house? And
if there is any building to go into the house, it's done at the end, very last moment.
Very good. So I suppose that would mean then your security of the house stays safe as you like as well until the last minute when the doors actually get changed over.
There's no breaking through till it's actually a closed in room, almost finished.
Very good. Now, if adding a conservatory to your home is going to cost you the same as the stamp duty and fees on a house move, it does beg the question, why move?